Episode 146. She never knew Jake could be like this. Lila Cox was holding a handbag and a bag of fruits. As she walked in, Nanny Harper looked at her strangely.
"What are you doing here?"
Nanny Harper had never been nice to Lila Cox, not just because of this. Even before this, she had never been fond of the girl. Ignoring Nanny Harper's unkind tone, Lila walked inside and said to Serena,
"Serena, I heard you're not in good health and came to check on you."
With a smile of mockery, Serena said coldly, "So you have seen me now. You can leave." Of course, there was no way Lila would leave. She certainly did not come to check on Serena, but seeing her pale complexion, Lila couldn't help rejoicing. Taking out a book from her handbag, she feigned guilt and said,
"Serena, I know that it is unfair to you, but that night I was really with Jake. He said that he would give our baby the most beautiful name. Every day, I can feel the baby looking forward to seeing his father in my belly. I believe that Auntie Nola has shown you the test result. I hope you could—"
"You hope me to what?" Serena looked at her coldly with a reluctant smile. "Go away? And let you and Jake have it? And what, live happily ever after?" Lila was silent, but her expression showed everything. Serena suddenly felt amused. Lila was the mistress. But why was she forcing Serena, the wife, to leave? "I want to check on Grandpa." Serena looked at Lila Cox. "Can you help me go there?" Lila did not expect that she would say that and was overjoyed. Fantastic. She did not want to keep this bastard in her belly anyway. If she could blame it on her, Serena would be doomed. With a smile, Lila wanted to speak when she heard Serena continue. "We should talk to Grandpa and Father about it." Glancing at Lila's belly, she said, "After all, you're carrying his baby. He will treat you well." Hearing that, Lila was tempted. Right now, everyone believed that she was carrying the heir of the Robinson family, Jake's baby. Although Jake was not admitting to it now even Serena surrendered and believed it. Why didn't she wait until after she became Jake's wife, and then get rid of it? Lila nodded and walked up to help her. Scared to look at that, Nanny Harper said,
"Ma'am, let me do it."
"That's okay. Lila here is my good friend, and she will not harm me." Then she looked at Lila and smiled gently. "Right?" Now listening to this, Lila felt even stranger. However, looking at Serena's innocent smile, she let out a sigh of relief inwardly and nodded.
"Of course, we should help one another. Let's go."
Lila helped Serena out of the door. Lots of patients and nurses were in the corridor. Just out of the door, Serena let go of Lila's hand and exclaimed, "Lila Cox?" A blissfully unaware Lila answered,
"Yes?"
However, as she just said that, a hand grabbed her hair, and her face was slapped hard. Slap! The loud sound caught everyone's attention. "You don't care about your face, so I'll hit it for you!" Lila wanted to dodge, but her hair was in Serena's rather tight grip. Seeing her palm falling, Lila wanted to struggle, but she was slapped before she even lifted her hand. Then, the second, third, and fourth slap followed. As if she were crazy, Serena slapped Lila Cox across her mouth with the back of her hand, which caught everyone's attention. "Shameless! Shameless! Shameless!" As she hit her, Serena's voice roared. Shocked, Nanny Harper did not try to stop her. "Well done. That's the way to go. Nanny Harper dried her eyes and watched it coldly. Jake was talking to Grandpa, and the door was open. Hearing Serena's voice, he immediately became nervous and dashed out. Immediately, he saw her hitting someone hard. "You shameless wench! How can you? Shameless! Shameless!" Serena sobbed. Jake felt suffocated and went up to pull her away. Her hands were red. Noticing someone was pulling her, she struggled like crazy. However, when noticing it was him, she gave up. Every drop of her energy drained. She collapsed into his arms and burst out crying. Holding her tight, Jake whispered, "It's okay. It's okay." Lila's face was red and swollen. The sudden attack from Serena caught her off guard. She did not even have a chance to fight back. An onlooker came to check on Lila and let out a yelp. "My God, look at that face! Quickly, go see a doctor! It looks horrible! I'll take you!" Lila did not respond to the kind onlooker and gazed at Serena and Jake coldly. Leaning in Jake's arms, Serena cried like a baby, as if it was her who just got hurt. "It's all right. Stop crying. Grandpa would be sad if he hears you." Jake held Serena and comforted her gently like he was talking to a baby. Seeing that Lila Cox's heart was wrung, which hurt even more than her face, she never knew that Jake could be like this, that he had such a soft side to him. Serena sobbed. "I want to go home, darling. Home." "Yes, home. I'll take you home." "Darling, you love me, right?" "I love you, and only you." "Darling, you will never accept that woman, right?" "No, I only want you." Every word was a stab in Lila's heart. Staying in his arms contently, Serena smiled and buried her face in his chest, saying, "Take me home, darling." "Let's go." Jake felt the pain in his heart was about to rip him apart. Glancing at Lila Cox coldly, he said to Nanny Harper, "Take Miss Cox to see a doctor. I'll cover the medical expenses. Pay attention to keep the baby safe." Didn't she say that she was carrying his baby? Then he will watch her do another DNA test. However, his words were of a different meaning in Serena's mind. She took back her hand on his sleeve and remained still. Jake carried her in his arms and walked out of the hospital. Putting her in the passenger seat, he fastened her seatbelt, but was abruptly slapped in the face. He turned his head to look at her and saw her black eyes, full of tears and hatred.